This is Daf Yerushalmi Demai Daf Lamed Tes. But I'm going to, in the article as well, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the Gemara, which is on Lamed Ches Lamed Beis at the bottom, and that's in the article as well edition, and in the Vilna it's Yud Testament Alf right after the Mishnah, obviously about Locha Hey. So the Gemara says Ve'ed Echad Naaman, and that was of course according to the we saw yesterday. The Ridbaz says the Gersa should be Am Oretz. Rabbi Yochanan said, "Kali kil b'achsan achsanoi chaylevish in your pinch." So therefore, when we by an achsanoi, they can rely even on an amoritz or an echad, depending on the girsa. If you come into a city, you don't know anybody. Osham now the Reb Chaim says it's talking about a Kohen, and I guess in the Mishnah it is over there. It's refers to a Kohen, but in any event. He's coming to the city. He wants to know if he can eat where he can eat truma, where he can't eat truma. You could probably learn it without that Gersa too, without learning it's a Kohen, and because he wants to know who's Naaman is not Naaman. Okay, right? And Isha ben Lechaver ben La'amar. It's the Amar is the Yerushalmi. He can ask. He's in a pinch. He can ask anybody. According to Reb Chaim Kevsky, he can only ask a Kohen who's a Chaver Amoritz, but according to the simple shot here, he can ask anybody who's a Chaver Amoritz because he's a Shas of Chak. Rabbi Omer, you can only ask about Truma to a Chaver. Again, according to Chaim, a Kohen is a Chaver. According to the simple shot, anybody who's a Chaver, we want to know if something had Truma Samaitis taken off or not. I said the Rebbe Kramer Shimon Gamliel Kedishitase. So this is going like the Rebbe goes. Kramer Shimon Gamliel goes according to his shita elsewhere. The Hin Tamay learn any mum which could have been inflicted on a bechor by a human being, and therefore we know that Kohanim are choshed to be metal mum in their bechoros, because the bechor which has no mum is kekdesh, can't be eaten outside the Beis Hamikdash, has to be brought as a korban, whereas the bechor which has a mum can be eaten outside the Beis Hamikdash under certain restrictions, but it doesn't mean as not as a korban, as somewhat as chulin. So the first opinion is that way that Hashem Gamliel. So actually Tanakama, sorry. The Adam roing misol ne'amanim, roing kadim eim ne'amanim. If a shepherd is Yisrael, he's believed. If it's a Kohen, he's not believed, because the Kohanim were choshed on bechoros. Even a Kohen, he's believed on his friend. Ve'eno Naaman, he's not believed on his on somebody else's. So the obviously Gamliel is more meko, because it says the Kohen is believed at least on his friend. Rebbe Omer, now this is Rebbe, and the Shinui Schos, it makes a lot of sense. There's a Girsa Rebbe Meir, because otherwise the Meir doesn't appear in this Gemara. So Rebbe Meir Omer Nem Chosha Davar Lo Donav Lomido. Somebody who's a suspect can't judge something and can't testify about it. He can't even testify, meaning that about somebody else. So Kohen, since he's Chosha, can't testify about his own, and he can't testify about anybody else's either. So Rabbi Yonah said, "Ma pligin." What's the machlokes? So here it says likach avo l'chalik of Rav Gamliel moide. So the Rashi and the Gra bring down a girsa that l'chalik avo lo lokeh. Ma pligin l'chalik avo lokeach. But we're going to go with the Gersa and the Gemara with the name Moshe, because it goes a little bit more glatt in understanding what's going on here. And Ma Pligin says the name Moshe likach. Lo shona de plige ela berotze likach peros ve'eno yodea makim mishen enemon. We'll tell you about it. Somebody who needs to buy food for himself, right? He's not, and he doesn't know who to trust. Avachalik imachakim going trumus and maisus. They're dividing up trumus and maisus at the barn, the silo. Barney yachal ito chelkui maiser oni, and an oni comes to take his portion maiser oni. But shoyel yes. Imitukanim hey mishar maisus. Was the maiser rishon taken up properly? Truma taken up properly? Hakoid mean which comes precedes his what he's supposed to get. Average Gamliel that the Eini Shamel Chaver Bavad. In this case, even Rosh Gamliel concedes you only ask a Chaver. Ve'ena Amoritz Neman Lomar Shekvar Chilek Zeh Ma'aser Levi. Amoritz not believed to say that that this fellow even another fellow gave already the other meiser to the meiser which is due to the Levi. So let's see again inside. L'chalik. Where is there machloket? I'm sorry, malin likach. Where is there machloket to buy for yourself, right? And there, Rosh Gamliel is more mekel. Aval l'chalik, but if you're it's chiluk in the goren, Rosh Gamliel moide. Even Rosh Gamliel says you can't trust that the meiser rishon is taken off. Ma ben l'chalik, ma ben likach. What is the difference between whether the chalukah in the goren or to buy it for your or in the shuk? So kol yoytze l'chiluk. So there's a kol which goes after the chiluk. Says the Bnei Moshe hamachalik masos ugarim kol yotzei zeh v'zeh mechalik hayoim. There is a kol goes out to say, oh, Yankel, he's distributing his meisers. He's doing his meiser rishon. For the Levi comes, and meiser ani for the ani comes. So if a person is being mechalik his meisers, the voice goes out. People know to come, and we assume that the Levi came, and the properly Ani comes, then can then rely that the Levi was given already. But so Kol Yod say Zev Zeh Mechalik Hayom. The game Shalom know that, but we're talking about a case where it's not know that. In other words, people didn't hear such a call. Loni Sparsim, they didn't become well known. Shazeh Plonichi, like this person was giving out his Mitzvah day. And Amart's name on later love. So Amart's not believing in this case, even testify about his friend, because there should have been a call and there's no call, so therefore there is no credibility. Has there been a call and a Chanami? Amart's would have believed. I don't even know you need the Amart's because the call would have gone out. They distributed to Levium and to Anim today. So the idea is that even Shkim Gamliel concedes in a case of L'chalik Bagorin that if there's no call, we don't trust the Amarts. Okay? Says more further. Tanya Nichlas Yerushalmi comes into a city. Umatza Siyo Shomni Adam. He finds groups of people. Amar said, Mikan Namon, who here is trusted. Mikan Masa, who takes a Maisa. Amalo Echad Ani Namon. Somebody says, I'm credible. I'm trustworthy. Im Amrlo Shu Namon. Other people told me that this guy's Namon. Haray's a Namon. Okay? Amrlo Shu Eino Namon. B'fanav Eino Namon. So if they told him, he's not Naaman. So then, if it's in front of him, ain't no Naaman. He certainly has not Naaman because they're so brazen as to say it. They're not going to lie. Shelo b'fanav Naaman, but if it's shelo b'fanav, then he's believed. Then he still retains his credibility. So I wrote it in something more. It seems it's lav dafka. Right? It means they're not Naaman to parcel him, but he still needs to prove his credibility from elsewhere independently. But the fact that they say Shalom means we don't believe necessarily that he loses Cheskash Kashrus as a result, but it would seem to be that he still needs to prove his Kashrus from some other source, because we just said you have to have somebody say that he's Naaman. So there's interesting, we'll try it from Reb Chaim. Reb Chaim says that then afterwards they said that other people from the same group that he's not Naaman, it's not a separate case. Same people from the same group say he's not Naaman, b'fanav Eino Naaman. If they said it in front of him, he's like he loses credibility. Shelo b'fanav, he's still Naaman. So he addresses this question. He says initially they did say he's Naaman, right? So since that's the case, so then the question is now the first people say he's Naaman. What happens when the second people say he's not Naaman? So that depends. If they said Shelo b'fanav, they're just trying to bashmutzim. Said in front of, so then we have the legitimate doubt. So the bottom line is, Chaim resolves the question by saying that initially they had said he's Naaman before this whole doubt arose. Rabbi Yoina said, "Ben ir b'sayos chaverim." when we're talking about people of in the person in the city, then it has to be that the sayos, which are the groups of people asking, have the chaverim. Bachsanoi, we're talking about somebody somebody who lives in the city. Somebody who's traveling and is a guest. So b'sayos amoretz. You can even rely on groups of amoratzim who say that this person is credible for Chumas and Meisers because he's in a pinch. The Kasha Rabbi Yoina. So it's difficult on Rabbi Yoina, says Gemara. Chavrin, you have chaverin. Vata Marta Shlo befon of Naaman. So says the Baz. Kasha Rabbi Yoina Chavrin. Vata Marta Shlo befon of Naaman. Perish Lamu Naaman. Why is he believed? Hello, Adim should post him also. The Adim would postle him. Hema chaverin. In the case he had before, we said that the people who postle him after first group go to Reb Chaim, after the first group said he's okay, and then another group said he's not okay. We don't trust if there was Shlomo B'Fanav, we don't trust the second group, and if you don't know Reb Chaim, whatever. It's nobody came yet, but we don't trust this group because it was Shlomo B'Fanav, but they're chaverim. We just said we're talking about chaverim, people in the city. There's so much talking about a ben ear. So if that's the case, why shouldn't they be believed, right? Why are they not believed the apostle? And why is he Naaman? So again, it says more of a kasha b'yon chavrin chavrin. You talk about a sea of chaverim. V'ata marta shelo b'fonav. If they say shelo b'fonav, he still remains Naaman. How can this be? So the Gemara says, "Ma'atam to Rabbi Yehuda." What's the rationale of Rabbi Yehuda? In our Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda said, last thing in our Mishnah, it says, "Oh, we don't answer the question, Rabbi Yehuda. The question Rabbi does not answer. Not a question Rabbi Yehuda does not answer. Although I'm not sure why it's so difficult. You could say it's about this person is an Achsanoi Taka, not a Ben Ir. So, but Gemara doesn't give that answer. And then the Gemara goes on to the next part of the Mishnah. Look at Reb Chaim to see if he learns as an answer. Nope, he doesn't learn as an answer. No answer. Okay, so again, the Matan is going back on the Mishnah, the next part of the Mishnah. Mora says, Mishnah had said, that Chamar Shel Sulir, Amar Chamem Shli Chodesh Shel Chavir Yoshan. My stuff is new. My friends is old. Sheina Mesukan. Mine is not fixed. Shel Chavir Mesukan. Ain't on that money. They're not believed. It's because we're afraid. We're afraid that they have some deal. You say this for me here, I'll say that for you there. Whatever, something like that. And Rabbi Yehuda says they are believed. So why is Matan Rabbi Yehuda? So he says, so he says that it says, so that the Chamorim should bring them grain. If we don't trust the Chamorim, they're going to stop bringing grain. Okay, so it's like Chayin Nefesh. Matan Rabbanim, it's same as Panis B'Acheres. They can get their grain from different Chamorim, from a different city. So therefore, we're not concerned. Okay, they can't buy this Chamorim. They'll get from other Chamorim that who are in their money. You can learn it differently. You can learn it. That's Matan the Rabbi Yehuda Nechayim show. No, I never mind. Scratch that. That's the way I learn it. Okay. Haj loch peros. Halokech peros. Next parak. Halokech min anachtom. Somebody who's acquiring bread from a baker who's not Moretz. So Ketzah Meiser is a Meiser. Noito Kedei Chumas Meiser B'Challah. He takes off enough to be Chumas Meiser and Challah. And he says, Enomer Sheesh Kana Reza B'Tzad Zeh Meiser. 1/100th of whatever is here is, in other words, the 1/100th, which is part of what I just took off, is made Meiser. B'Shar Meiser Samachlo, and the rest of the Meiser is adjacent to it in the loaf. Zesh Asisi Meiser, that which I made Meiser, Asi Chumas Meiser love. In other words, I made Meiser, which I took off, is Chumas Meiser and the rest of the Meiser. Bashar Challah, and the rest of what I took off, size 1/100th, is Challah. Meiser Shem Mitzvah Medramo. Size that Meiser Shem should be the north or south of that in the loaf. Muchlimos, and that is redeemed on money which I set aside for that purpose. So the Gemara asks a question. It sounds like afal challah. You have to take off the chumas meiser. Also has to be corresponding to the amount of challah. In other words, the 1/100th has to include 1/100th corresponding not just to the bread besides the challah, but even to the challah which you took off for the kohen. So Gemara asks, the challah chavis b'dmai. Is challah chayav in demai? Lo chaytin then we learn challah samar mitzvah meduma. Terminate demai. Chazal weren't goyzer. You have challah v'amoretz or meduma. So a truma got mixed in again to a batch. It's part of him at the mai. So how come here it's chayiv in the mai? So Rabbi Acha, Rabbi Bun Bar Chia, B'Shem Yosef, Rabbi Chia said the Beis Shammai. So it's Beis Shammai. The Tani came with the Brayso, Rabbi Shimon, and you remember Shimon chala the chala of Namoretz. Beis Shammai Mechai. Beis Shammai say you can't think of Chumas Meiser corresponding to the chala. Beis Hillel Potrim. But Beis Hillel says it's exempt. But our Mishnah is going like Beis Shammai, who says it's still chayiv. Okay, the Mishnah goes on, but we're way onto Mei Mamarav, so we'll stop here.